In this video, I am going to factor this given trinomial, which by the way becomes a perfect square. Let's try to do the problem. If we follow the usual process, we are going to take the coefficient of the square term and the constant term, we are going to multiply it, and it's going to give me 100 times 1, which is 100. That, by the way, I could write it as negative 10 times negative 10, which is 100, and negative 10 plus negative 10 is negative 20, exactly what I have in the middle. So I could do the usual thing and then factor it. However, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to do something slightly different. Actually, on a second thought, just let's do it the usual way, then I will show you how to do it on a slightly different process. So 100 y square minus 10y minus 10y plus 1. Between the first two, I could factor out 10y. That's going to give me 10y minus 1. And between the second two, I could factor out negative 1. That's going to give me 10y minus 1. Now, please note that 10y minus 1, 10y minus 1 is common in both the terms. So we could factor that out. It's going to be 10y minus 1. If I factored that out, I'm going to be left with just 10y from the first term, and from the second term negative 1. By the way, as it turns out, both of these terms are the same, which basically tells me is going to be 10y minus 1 whole square. So this is actually a perfect square. Now let's do the same problem slightly differently here. So let's recall this formula, perfect square formula. A square plus 2ab plus b square is equal to a plus b whole square. So basically what it tells you, if I am given this left hand side, I could write the right hand side because they are equal, or if I am given the right hand side, I could write the left hand side because they are equal. However, from our trinomial, we see that it's more likely that it's going to be looking like the left hand side. So 100y square, I can rewrite it as 10y whole square, because 10y times 10y is 100y square. And I'll leave the middle blank for now. And then the constant term 1 is 1 square, which is the same as 1. Now, in the middle I have negative, so remember this rule slightly changes. If this is negative, then this is going to be negative. So in our case, we have negative. So let's go ahead and put the negative. Then write down this 10y, and then write down this 1. 10y is like my a, 1 is like my b. Then there is a 2 in the formula, and multiply this by 2. Notice that this is actually negative 20y. 2 times 10y times 1 is going to give me negative 20y. I have taken this trinomial and I have rewritten it in this format. Now this is like exactly a square plus 2ab plus b square. So this is going to be equal to a plus b whole square according to this perfect squares formula. So my a is 10y and b is 1, so it's going to be 10y plus 1 whole square, exactly the same as the other process. Doesn't matter which way you factor these trinomials, you'll end up with the same final answer. But for perfect square, I kind of would like you to be comfortable with this perfect square formula. And perfect square formula, a plus b whole square, that is equal to a square plus 2 times a times b plus b square. You can verify this thing just by multiplying a plus b with a plus b. And you will see that you will get a square plus 2ab plus b square when you multiply a plus b with a plus b. I hope that this discussion was helpful. Thank you very much.